Chapter 92. It is a good thing to give thanks unto the Lord,
Right.
and to sing praises unto thy name, O Most High, to show forth thy loving kindness in the morning, and thy faithfulness every night.
Right.
Upon an instrument of 10 strings,
Right.
and upon the psaltery, upon the harp, with a solemn sound. For thou, Lord, hast made me glad through thy work. I will triumph in the works of thy hands.
Welcome
O
to
Lord,
Tech Lansing.
how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man,
And what?
a brutish man, knoweth not, neither doth a fool understand this. When the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, Lord, art most high forevermore. For lo, thine enemies, O Lord, for lo, thine enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. But my horn shalt thou exalt, like the horn of a unicorn. I shall be anointed with fresh oil.
Right.
Mine eye also shall see my desire on mine enemies, and mine ears shall hear my desire of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of the Lord shall flourish in the courts of our God. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age.
Right.
They shall be fat and flourishing, to show the Lord is upright. He is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness in him.
Straight like that, man. Give all glory and honor to the Most High once again, man. Brother Mighty King Malachi, man. We got Brother Dot on the scene. Brother Malachi, Brother Raphael, Brother Asher, Brother Endure, Brother Joel, Brother Hosea speaking right now. I give all glory and honor to the Most High once again. Let me get Romans 10:1.
That's right.
So we to get some understanding, we out here for the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. You know, that's the only reason why we out here, and by the grace and the mercy of the Most High, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, who the world calls is Jesus Christ. And the Paleo Hebrew tongue, man. So whoever got to bring it out.
The book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 1.
Salaki, how you doing, sister? All right, since you got a time constraint, you know, I just want to let you know that you, according to the scriptures, the Holy Bible, you would be from the nation of Israel. You are Israelite according to the Bible. You can find that out in the scriptures. So I just wanted to give you that today. And you got to put a dress on, because it's abomination for a woman to wear pants. And you are an abomination to the Most High eyes. You can read that in Deuteronomy 22:5 when you get a chance. So bring that out again. Call your book and your chapter.
The book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved.
That they what?
That they might be saved.
Because, you know, contrary to popular belief, man, people think that they're saved, man. And you are not saved till the black Messiah cracked the sky, and you have endured your race.
That's
you have
right.
endured your run, man. Keeping the law, statutes, commandments, keeping the feast days, the holy days, man. You're not saved until you have endured to the end. And then you can get delivered out of so-called America, man, where the KKK is running things, you know. The wicked seed is running things. You go to Job 9:24, the wicked man is amongst us in the earth, man. And his society, his rules, his laws, his regulations, same-sex marriages. See, it's wicked, man. So once you endure that, then you can get delivered out of here, man, the land of your enemies. So read that one more time.
The book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved.
That they might be saved, man. So let me get Genesis 49:1 for the top.
The book of Genesis,
To give you understanding.
chapter 49, verse 1.
Right?
And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together.
What?
Gather yourselves together.
What are you supposed to do in these last days?
Gather yourselves together.
What are you supposed to do in the feast days?
Gather yourselves together.
What are you supposed to do in the high holy days?
Gather yourselves together.
What are you supposed to do on the Sabbath?
Gather yourselves together.
What are you supposed to do when you're down and out?
Gather yourselves together.
You gotta gather yourself together in these last days, man. That's what the Most High ordained. That's what He has set up. That's what our forefathers and foremothers done. That's what the prophets done. That's what the men traveling and teaching the Bible, you know, on mountaintops and on highways and byways. That's what we got to do now, man. We got to come out of their individual mindset, the so-called westernized solo dolo that the society put on our people, man. You got to gather yourself together. You know, it's not about, you know, y'all brothers don't, hey, you going into slavery. Y'all brothers doing what y'all want to do. Y'all sisters doing what y'all want to do. You got to understand that the Most High had things set up. And that's how it's going to be in the kingdom of heaven, man. New Jerusalem. Rulership under the governor of Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. Read that again and some more there.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
That's what we telling. Hey, brother and sister, we have already spoken to you before, so the Most High had grace and mercy on you. Y'all keep coming by and listening. You know, y'all will be from the 12 tribes of Israel. Y'all will be Israelites. You got to apply that to your life. You got to apply the law, statutes, commandments, because sooner or later there's judgment that is coming for, you know, not hearkening to the words of the Most High. You got to gather together, and we out here telling our people what's going to befall them in the last days. We telling the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that you got to keep the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability. We understand that we're in captivity. We understand that certain restrictions and guidelines that we got to obey and go by according to, you know, being forced according to the captivity that we in for disobeying the Most High. And with that, let me get Deuteronomy 9, starting at verse 7. So we got to do the best we can. We got to come together. We got to show love to one another. We got to love our brothers and our sisters, man. That's what we out here for. We out here by the grace and mercy with the spirit of love, man, to give y'all the laws, statutes, and commandments, and the understanding of the Bible that you don't have. The Most High is dealing with people to give you what He wants you to have, man, because we didn't know this stuff. So we gonna show you why we fell off and what's really going on. And also you got to understand that, you know, the Most High has things set up according to how He wants. It's judgment that's going to take place, you know, willfully sinning. You know, there's no sacrifice for that. So most people say, you know, hey, the Messiah died for my sins. Hey, well, once you have the understanding, you know, that's non-void, man. Because you willfully, you know, put Him back on the cross. Bring that out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 9, verse 6. Understand therefore that the Lord thy God giveth thee not this good land to possess it for thy righteousness, for thou art a stiff-necked people.
Hey, our people were stiff-necked, man. That's why we went into captivity. We didn't want to obey the words that Moses, the prophet, you know, had been appointed to give us.
That's
we
right.
Wanted, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the Israelites, they wanted to do their own thing. That's what you got now, man. You got people proud, not want to humble down and say, okay, I don't have the understanding, brother. Can you help me out? And so, like, if anybody got any precepts, pull your precepts. All precepts is good. So, you know, people are not humbling down, man. They so prideful, you know, and you got so-called older folks now. You got older folks now, you know what I'm saying? When they see a younger brother teaching, they say, well, you know, I've been living here longer than you. You don't know what you're talking about. No, you gotta humble down. You're an elder, you know, once you ruling and walking according to, you know, the righteousness and the things that the Most High has set up. How you doing today, sir? I got a question. What's your nationality? What's your race? What would you call yourself? What would you call yourself as far as nationality, your race wise? What was that?
He said child of God.
Okay, I want to give you some understanding, sir, if you got a second.
What's it?
See, you know, the wicked and other people got to get the understanding, man. Because the Most High said this going to be scattered across the four corners of the earth. Bring your precept out.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 6.
Bring it out!
Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction.
Not for what?
Not for your destruction. But because ye moved God to wrath.
Because you moved the Most High to wrath, man. See that? The Most High is punishing us, man, as a nation, you know, in all four corners of the earth, whether you know, it's in Brazil, Mexico, Dominican Republic, and it don't matter where it is, man. The Most High had things set up, and it's a punishment that we got to serve, man, so we got to do it to the best of our might, so we can get up out of here. That's it on that. Go back to where you was at, Deuteronomy.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 9, verse 6.
Right?
And it reads, understand therefore that the Lord thy God giveth thee not this good land to possess it for thy righteousness, for thou art a stiff-necked people. Remember and forget not how thou provokest the Lord. How thou provokest the Lord.
Hey, our people provoke the Most High, man. You know, they was worshiping other guys, man, doing their own thing. Hey, the Most High ain't forgot about it. How you doing, King? Hey, I got a question for you. What's your nationality, King? What would you call yourself?
Okay.
Hey, can I help you with the scriptures, King? You got a second?
I got one more. I'll come out.
Hey, you an Israelite, King. You Israelite. Hey, the most High wants you to have something, man.
I figured. Hey, let me go eat. I'll come rap with y'all.
Hey, come back, King. Hey, nothing is promised, man. Not even in 10 seconds. You're an Israelite. You got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Hey, go back on that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 9, verse 6. Understand, therefore, that the Lord thy God giveth thee not this good land to possess it for thy righteousness, for thou art a stiff-necked people.
Hey, and before you get to New Jerusalem, you know, all that's going to be purged out, man, by Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, man. He's going to purge out them rebels, man, because there ain't going to be none of that in New Jerusalem, man. The only people that's going to be going off is the heathen, man, and we're going to get them back in authority, those that endure to the end, man. Read.
Remember and forget not how thou provokest the Lord thy God to wrath in the wilderness from the day that thou didst depart out of the land of Egypt, until ye came unto this place. Ye have been rebellious against the Lord.
Hey, because our people are rebellious, man. You know, hey, they do what they want to do, man.
That's right.
You know, even those that's in the Christian church, man, you know, they say, well, you know, I go to church on so-called Easter, then after that, you know, I'm gonna come back and do my thing, man. And the Most High ain't dealing with the churches, man, the so-called cathedrals, man. You can get that from Acts 7:48. Our people rebellious, man. Read.
Also in Horeb, ye provoked the Lord to wrath, so that the Lord was angry with you to have destroyed you. When I was gone up into the mount to receive the tables of stone, even the tables of the covenant which the Lord made with you, then I abode in the mount 40 days and 40 nights. I neither did eat bread nor drink water.
Hey, that's a mighty task, man. So, you know, your spirit got to be at a certain, you know, a spiritual righteousness, man. Because when you give an authority and a specific commandment by the Most High, you got to go according to His will. You got to forsake your flesh. That's why, you know, He was fasting 40 days and 40 nights. That's it over there. Bring that Baruch on the 17 now.
The book of Baruch, chapter 1, verse 17.
Read it out.
For we have sinned before the Lord, and obeyed and disobeyed Him, and have not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord our God, to walk in the commandments that He gave us openly, since the day that the Lord brought our forefathers out of the land of Egypt.
Hey, see, you know, it was a lot of things that was going on as well, man. when we departed from that, man. And the Most High, He, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna come back. And you know, a lot of people gonna get the understanding, man, because they didn't want to hearken to the commandments, man. You know, people don't want to get the understanding of the commandments. You know, a lot of people not asking the Most High for the understanding. You know, you gotta go back and, you know, humble down and ask the Most High to have grace and mercy on you, so you can get the understanding, so you can receive that promise, man. There's some more on that.
Verse 19. Since the day that our Lord brought our forefathers out of the land of Egypt, unto this present day, we have been disobedient.
We have been disobedient, man. So, you know, our people, you know, even the southern kingdom, man, that's why they was split and broken off, man. Worshiping sun gods, you know, a lot of that was going on in Egypt as well. You know, idolizing, you know, you got some brothers that'll say, you know, the woman is the God because she give birth, man. And even roughly paraphrasing, hey, the Messiah had to check the woman because she told him, she said, blessed is the woman that had children sucked from the paps, sucked from the, you know, getting the milk, man. A thing that a woman does, you know, after she give birth, man. So the Messiah rebuked her, man. You got brothers worshiping, you know, women saying a woman is a God, man. You know, read.
Verse 20. Wherefore evils cleaved unto us, and the curse which the Lord appointed by Moses his servant at the time that he brought our fathers out of the land of Egypt, to give us a land that floweth with milk and honey.
So like the evils cleave unto you when you fall away from the Most High, because He can give you up to a violent fiction as well, man. He can give you up to whatever it is that you lusting after, that you thinking about. You know, hey, most brothers, you know what I'm saying? Hey, they'll be thinking about something when they pray. You know, they have a thought. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's all ordained by the spiritual demon Satan, man. You have dreams. You know, brothers have wet dreams. All that is evil cleaving unto you, as the scripture said. Hey, come and get the word, brother. We got the holy scriptures for you, man. We want to show you how special you is, King. Finish it where you left off.
Okay.
20. You read 20. Start at 20.
Verse 20. Wherefore the evils cleaved unto us, and the curse which the Lord appointed by Moses his servant at the time that he brought our fathers out of the land of Egypt, to give us a land that flows with milk and honey, like as it is seen this day.
This day, man. Let me get 1 Peter 4 and 7. Start at 3. You know, so we out here for all Hispanics, Native Americans, Puerto Ricans, Latinos, so-called blacks. You know, we out here for y'all. We want to let y'all know how special y'all are and things that y'all got to do in order to get delivered out of here. Because World War III on the way, man. That's prophesied in the Bible. You know, we out here for our people. You know, we giving that love back, restoring. Because, hey, it ain't too much love nowadays, man. It's saying the last days, man, love will be waxed cold, man. Who got that? 1 Peter.
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 1. Verse 3. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles, when we walk in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine.
When we walk in what?
Lust, excess of wine.
Hey, the excess of wine of spiritual Babylon, man. Because you got so-called Native Americans and Hispanics, man, worshiping Mary, man. You know, hey, that's another thing, you know. That's another reason why the Southern Kingdom got broke off, man. You know, spiritual Babylon, man. Drinking up all the filthiness and the you know, the wrath. Hey, the Most High got some evil things set up to do, man. Whoever, let me get Hosea 4:1. Stay where you at.
Yeah, I got it.
Nah, I want you to stay right there. I want somebody else to get it. Finish that.
From the top, 1 Peter 4 and 3.
Right.
For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the
what?
to have rot.
Hey, the Most High can cause your spirit to rot, man. That's why you want to be careful in these last days, man. This is spiritual time right now. He can take your Holy Spirit from you. He can take your mind, how you been thinking when you came into the truth, how you was on fire, you was watching videos when you first came in. He can cause your spirit to rot. He can take that spirit and put it on another brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Passover, man. He laid out his life. He gave up the ghost, you know what I'm saying, for the righteous and the wicked, man. He even said, you know, Father, forgive them for they know not what they did, man. His own people gave him up, man. So you got to understand that's the type of love that you got to have for your people, man. Even when somebody do you wrong, you might have to go on the fast and ask the Most High to show you how to love your people, man. You know, people rotten now these days, man. People don't even know who their enemies are, man. People don't even have an eye for that, man. You gotta ask the Most High to show you and put you around brothers and sisters to help you grow, man, because it's not an easy walk in this captivity. It's not. You know, we admit that. We know that. You know, we not exempt from these laws and statutes and commandments, man. No matter how mighty we are, no matter how mighty we teach, no matter how we walk, no matter what we got on our table, our lot. You know, it's a specific job, and you know, which much understanding and much wisdom, man. It's a lot that come with this. Because if you're not giving this back to your people, you in sin, man. The Most High can cast you down and utterly destroy you and thrust you through. Right? Keep going back right there.
The will of the Gentiles. When we walked in lasciviousness,
Right.
lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries.
And what?
Abominable idolatries. Wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you.
Speaking evil of you, man. You know, so a lot of people understanding is not where the Most High wants it. And that, you know, that's because they did that. They fell away. They wanted to do what they wanted to do. They wanted to serve all the idolatry gods, man. So the Most High can have you thinking a right thing is the wrong thing. And you not even knowing what's going on. So you could just be giving somebody the truth. And, you know, they just giving you that fluoride stare, man. They just like, they'll pause for 5 seconds. They don't even, you know, realize what is given to them because the Most High had blotted them out from the beginning of the time.
Speaking evil of you. Who shall give account to him that is ready to judge the quick and the dead. For this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead.
That are dead. Sister, did you know you are dead right now? We here to help you. If you are dead by being abominable in the Most High eyes, by wearing shorts, when you're supposed to have a dress on. Princesses wear dresses, sister.
That's right.
So we out here to give the dead back the spirit, man. Those dry bones, man. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American. Sister Paul, hey, like I said earlier, she gave me the fluoride stare, man. Don't know what's going on, man. That's what we out here for. And you gotta pray and ask the Most High to give you that love, man. To be bold and to tell your people that you don't know what's going on. It's okay. That's what we here for. We here to show you what we've been given through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shah, man. You know, we not out here to waste time. We not out here to play games. We're not out here to ask for money. That's not what we out here for. We out here with this grace period because we understand that World War III is coming, that the end of all things is at hand, man. Keep reading.
That they might be judged according to men in the flesh, but live according to God in the spirit.
But what?
But live according to God in the spirit.
But what?
But live according to God in the spirit.
We trying to tell you, you gotta live according to the Most High and the Spirit, man. That's what we trying to do, man. We understand that a lot of people deal away with the laws, man. So, you know, you gotta accept Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. That's what he did, man. He laid down his life for that. He laid down his life for the wicked and the righteous. And he caused it to rain on the just and the unjust. That's just to show you how mighty he is. You know, you can't understand his ways. They far from your ways. You can't understand his mind. They far from your mind. We out here for you, sister. We want to talk to you. Keep reading.
But the end of all things is at hand.
But what?
But the end of all things is at hand.
Hey, the end of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans living paycheck to paycheck, that's coming to an end. the end of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native America working on a plantation day and night, stressing to death, that's coming to an end. Did you know that, sister? What's your nationality? Who? Okay, we want to give you some understanding because you know, Moorish, that's just basically another word for black.
That's all it is.
See that? So you got your hair wrapped up. So you know the Most High is dealing with you. There's some more things He want to do for you. You know, let me get Deuteronomy 76. So
Deuteronomy.
if you didn't know, you are one of the most precious people walking on the face of earth right now. Just to let you know that, you know. And so the Most High have a mercy on you and grace. If you didn't know, this is about to come to an end. You know, going getting drinks and food and stuff. You know, now is the time that you should be fasting, praying, you know, seeking the Most High. Hey, hold that. Let me get Isaiah 55:6. You know, cause through the Spirit we want to bring you back to life, because you don't have things that the Most High wants you to have. So bring that out, Isaiah 55:6. So it's not all about finance. You know, I'd rather have the Most High walking with me than have all the money and the things that I can have. Bring that out.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while He may be found. Call ye upon Him while He is near.
This is the time that He's dealing with our people. You see that? So we want to show you who you are and how special you are. Let me get Deuteronomy. Can't bring that out. Somebody let me get Deuteronomy 76.
Robert, this is 8. What would you keep? Damn, it's front side. I can pop it over. Okay, this is the driver's side. This is Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land.
Right.
Not a famine of bread.
Not a famine of what?
Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water,
Uh-huh.
but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it.
And should not find it. Hey, because the Messiah, the black Messiah himself said that you shouldn't just eat of bread, you know, but you should eat of this word, which is Him, you know, that everlasting water that won't dry up. So let me get Deuteronomy 76. So if you didn't know, you were very special.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Right? And you're not special based on your looks, you know. It's something the Most High put inside you,
Right.
that caused you to be that special. Because anybody can tell you, oh sister, you're beautiful, you're this and that. But you want to hear it from what the Most High got to say. Because can't nobody love you like the man that laid down his life for you. Nobody will give you that love. Read.
For thou art unholy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God have chosen thee.
Have what?
Have chosen thee to be a special people.
To be a special people. So, you know, right now in this captivity, because we are in captivity, you are above somebody, and that's what it's saying. Special people. You are above, you know, the wicked seed on the earth, which is the white man. And we're not giving you that according to our own thoughts. We're giving you that according to the scriptures.
That's right.
Keep reading.
For thou art unholy people unto the Lord thy God.
Holy means set apart, because this Bible deals with Hebrew translation, Greek translation, and Latin translation. Because the black Messiah spoke Hebrew, so that, you know, that's why things was translated. Keep reading.
The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people unto Himself.
To Himself, He chose you. He brought you close to His side. You see that? So He allowed you to escape all death. How you doing, sister? You got a second to hear what the sister receiving? He chose both of y'all to escape all death. He had this day set up. You know, the spiritual demon Satan might have tried to took you out, but he wanted you to understand and receive your inheritance. Let me get Jeremiah 17:4 before we go to Deuteronomy 1:1. Because we were given, you know, a lie. You know, the Messiah, who everybody calls Jesus, he's not white. He looks just like y'all. And so we're here to tell y'all that. We're here to show y'all that. The truth. Bring that out. Jeremiah 17:4.
I got it preset. This is. This is I'm sorry.
Cook on the sword.
God, this is yeah, go ahead. My bad.
The book of Jeremiah,
Bring it out.
chapter 17, verse 4. And it reads, "And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies."
Serve thy enemies. Hey, the prophet Jeremiah was stripped from his nationality, his heritage, because y'all was given a lie. We all was, just because we out here giving y'all the truth. We found out through the Spirit of the Most High, and that's what we doing. We giving it back to our people through the Spirit, grace, and mercy and love. We here to tell our people that we had our customs, our garments taken away from us, our tongue, our language. See that? So that's what we out here for, giving it back to our people. So give me Deuteronomy 1:1.
Deuteronomy, verse 1. Chapter 1, verse 1. And it reads, "These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel." Unto all Israel.
So Moses is speaking to Israel right now. So this Bible is still applied today. It's been on this earth for how long? I'm gonna just ask y'all. Y'all can just from the beginning of time. So why is it that it's still here? That lets you know the Most High is still here. His Son is still here, still dealing with his people. So it said unto all Israel. So when you go to Deuteronomy 11:26, it gives you the blessing and the curse, the options that was given that Moses, when he led his people out of Egypt, he gave them an option. You can be blessed, or you can be cursed. So let's go to 28:1. Let's get the blessing. Because if you want to make it out of here, because as we read earlier, what you didn't call, sister, there's famine coming, there's pestilence coming, a new disease, a new plague. Because the Bible says what was done in the old days, that's gonna come back to the new days. So it might be a new plague that we never seen before. This is not a fairy tale. This is not a book of Harry Potter. This is real.
I'm very knowledgeable in herbs. I had cervical cancer and I got
That's
rid of
right.
it myself.
That's
So
right.
I'm going around helping people.
See, you in tune, sister. You in tune. The Most High dealing with you. I told you.
I respect everything. I really have.
Well, sister, we just want to let you know you're an Israelite. You got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Hey, give it right here under her. Give her a fly. So we out here Fridays and Saturdays. We want to tell you, sister, we love you. We want to build with you. We want you to build your household up. We want you to get yourself in order, because there's some things coming that the Most High is gonna do. So let's hey, you're an Israelite, sister. Keep the law, statutes, and commandments. So let's go back to that. Hey, sister, if you got a second, we want to talk to you too. We love you. We want to break bread with you. We want you to receive the blessing as well. If you got a second, we want you to hear this.
All right.
Because you are special as well. Most High called you special. He called you set apart from everything on this land. So listen to this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1.
This is the blessing.
"And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken."
Hearken means to listen. If you listen, if you take hold of this and grasp it, what's gonna happen?
"Diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments,
If you keep the law, statutes, commandments, read.
which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth."
Above all nations of the earth. So whether you knew it or not, there was multiple nations on the earth, that we might not be aware of. So let's go to 28:15. So if you want to be blessed, which is things that's going to come, because this is kind of going into the future as well. If you want to be blessed, if you want to make it out of here, all hell and destruction, what's coming to pass, you ain't really seen nothing yet. You think you walking around with a mask, and you fearing the so-called coronavirus, whether you know or not, the Most High is in control of all that.
Right.
He can turn all this, and all this can be utterly destroyed. He could open up the ground right now.
Right.
You think earthquakes is over there now? Hey, just because you ain't seen nothing to feel, it don't mean nothing. He can do what he want to do. Bring that out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. "But it shall come to pass."
Meaning this will happen. You an Israelite, sister. You got to keep the law, statutes, commandments. You got to put a dress on you. Deuteronomy 22:5. Read.
"But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken
If you don't listen
unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments
what's going to happen?
and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
That what?
that all these curses
Is a curse a good or bad thing, sister? See? Hey, the Most High dealing with you, sister. It just came out like water. Read.
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And overtake you. When they overtake something, what is that? Is it going to be, you know what I'm saying, for a short period of time or what? That's right. So let's get some of those curses so we can let the sister get an understanding of who this is really speaking to, because you got to ask questions. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. But the water, brother. Read.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So who's cursed in the city? And I'm asking for centuries ago and to this day, who's cursed in the city? Yeah, you read it, brother. That's right. Keep going, brother.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Who's cursed in the field? That's right, picking cotton, right? And you got our so-called Mexican brothers picking cotton, picking tobacco and all that, right? That's right. So let's go to 48.
48.
Let's call it again.
The Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 48.
Right.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So it's identifying who was over us, and you know it's gonna give you a clear point of view when we go a little couple verses down.
In hunger,
So anything you want to eat, you got to get it from your enemies. And all this was set up because we disobeyed the Most High God. So He got us in punishment right now. If my son don't want to listen to me, I'm gonna have to put him in timeout, give him a spanking. Read.
and in thirst,
So anything you want to drink, you got to get it from your enemies. When water freely comes out of the sky by the Most High. So in a lot of places, if you collect rainwater, you'll get fined if you get caught. They'll throw you in prison if you don't pay that fine as well. Read.
and in nakedness.
So whatever you want to wear, we might got, you know, another so-called black man that got Jordan, you know, got his face and his body, you know, on the clothes, but you know, as a nation of people, we don't have that because Jordan is a puppet, you know. All that was set up by the enemy. Read.
And in want of all things.
Whatever you want, your education, your LLCs, your driver license, marriage certificate, whatever you want, you got to go to your enemies. Read.
And they shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
So if you look right here, this was back in the day, right? This was back in the day. But now spiritually we have a yoke. Spiritually, mentally. See that? Because they took those yokes of iron off. And if you put a lion or an animal in a cage for over 400 some years, when you can take that cage away, he's not gonna leave because he's been conditioned to stay in that same area. See that? That's how our people are mentally as well. Can you read? Yes.
So with that being said, do y'all plan on staying in America?
I didn't hear you do what?
Do you plan staying in America?
Do you plan on staying in America?
Well, I plan on moving according to the scriptures. What you mean?
Where are you planning on going?
Well, you know, I kind of want to give you the basics right now. I don't want you to get too ahead of yourself because I'm trying to give you the foundation. But, you know, that's not a bad question. So, I want to finish this, give you this foundation, and then I can go to that if you got time. Okay. So let's finish that. But I want you to remind me if I get off track about your answer. So let's finish there.
Until he have destroyed thee. And
Keep reading.
the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
From far. So the Most High has set up enemies over us because we disobey his law and commandments and his word. So let's go to 68.
68.
Go ahead.
68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So we already left out of Egypt. So through the Spirit and power of the Most High, through Moses. So it's saying, you know, the Most High will bring us back into Egypt. So we kind of want to get some understanding of what it's really talking about. Because we didn't all pack up and go back to Egypt. So bring that out.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of bondage, because there was slavery, hard rigor going on in Egypt.
That's
you see
right.
That? So it's biblically saying that we're going to go back, you know, but it's going to tell you how we're going to go back later on in the verses. Read that.
From the top, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. With ships.
So basically, he said we're going to go back to Egypt again by slave ships, though. So what people went to slavery on slave ships? They're the spirit system. The Most High dealing with you. Right here, if you can look at this poster right here. See that's what happened to our people. Women, you know, menstrual cycles on top of other women. You know, men defecating, people defecating on top of each other. So you know, our people went into slavery on slave ships. That's what it's saying when we gonna go back into Egypt again. Can you read it?
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
The same way we giving it to you right now, it's the same way it was given to them, and it was said. That's right.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
So have you been to Jerusalem, Israel? So that's what it's saying. How you doing, sister? We out here for you as well. You can stand and get this word too.
Thou shalt see it no more again, and there shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen,
slave men,
and bondwomen,
slave woman. And how long? You know, who's going to be able to do this?
And no man shall buy you.
So when you go into the word buy, it means redeem. You're Israelite sister. We want to let you know that you got to keep the law, statutes, commandments. You as well in the turquoise blue shirt. So nobody's going to be able to redeem you. Martin Luther King tried it. Malcolm X tried it. Marcus Garvey tried it. But only the Messiah can do that. See that? Only he can do that. Only he can redeem us. And there's no other way that you can escape this, because you got to be able to continue to go through. So as a nation, we all can understand and come back to the Most High.
That's right.
Finish that.
That's it on that.
So we want to let you know that you are an Israelite, you know, and that you got to keep the law, statutes, commandments. Yeah, you can hold that. So you know, I'm gonna get back to your question. I'm gonna give you the answer. You know, not according to what I think, but according to what the scriptures say. But I also want to give you some commandments. You know, and I also want to show you how to receive salvation, and I also want to show you how to pray, because you know we trying to build with you, and you know your spirit is resonated, so you are interested in getting delivered out of your land of the enemies. So you know, before we get that, we're gonna show you how to pray. So give me Daniel 6:10.
Daniel, the book of Daniel, chapter 6, verse 10. And it reads, now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house, and his windows being opened in his chamber toward Jerusalem.
So Jerusalem is facing the east. That's our homeland. See that? So that's where you want to face when you pray. If you got a compass, you can open up. And this is according to the scriptures. This is how all our forefathers and foremothers prayed. This is how the Messiah prayed. So everything that's in here, we're giving it back to you, because people say you don't really gotta go by this. You can just pray how you want to pray. Well, when you come before the Most High, you want to present yourself in a way that you could be accepted in His eyes and not man's eyes. So you want to get the understanding on how He feels and what he gotta say. So you get your compass, you know. If you get it out, it'll be towards this way. You can do that in your house, and also in 1 Corinthians, brothers want to get that. First, I believe it's chapter 4.
He kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day, and prayed and gave thanks before his God as he did aforetime.
So that's the prophet Daniel. That's what he did. That's how he prayed. You know, there's many other precepts on how you can pray. You know, but you want to be facing the east. Y'all get that covered the head. So you know, these are things you know, showing you how to pray. You know, because when you pray, you gotta have your head covered if you're a woman, and the man is supposed to have his head uncovered as well. You know, we got customs where the man, you know, wore beatrix. You know, but we still have our crime of our head uncovered. So you gotta face the east, and you gotta cover your head up. Just like this sister is right here. Just like you got. You got that?
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man.
That's the order that the Most High has. Read.
And the head of Christ is God.
Right.
Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head.
So whether you teaching the scriptures, whether you reading the scriptures, you want to have a man want to have his head uncovered, not no baseball cap on, as well as for women.
But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered, dishonoreth her head.
That's right.
Dishonor her head. Even if she's not married, her head will be Christ, the Messiah. But if she is married, her head will be her husband. See that? So you can drop that. So and another way a woman want to present herself before she go to the Most High, Deuteronomy 22:5, because you got to go accordingly. And you also want to wear fringes. And you can get that from the book of Numbers.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 22. I'm sorry. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5. Right. And it reads, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So we can't wear dresses. And if we had dresses on, that would be a sin. That would be an abomination according to the Most High. But most people said you only got to follow the 10 Commandments. But this is not in the 10 Commandments. But once you go to the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, it gives you commandments, statutes, and laws. You know, so a woman, she's supposed to have on a dress. You know, we understand that we're in captivity. You know, you might have a job that requires you, if you was a nurse or a doctor or something like that, you would have to wear pants. But you can repent on that and ask the Most High to have grace and mercy on you. But you're supposed to wear pants. So like the sister's supposed to have a dress on, have a head covered, and you know, pray towards the east. So that's how you pray. So let me get Deuteronomy 19 and 16. So we want to show you how you can receive salvation in these last days. And then once I finish this, then I'm gonna answer your question.
Deuteronomy chapter 19.
And then we go. So like before I answer your question, we're gonna give you some commandments. But we gave you one of them, Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Matthew,
The book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good?
So that's how humble he was. You know, he was well known. He was famous. Still to this day, everybody talking about the Black Messiah, Jesus Christ, Mashiach, Yahweh Shah. See that? So he said, why you calling me good? You know,
There is none good but one,
his Father, which we call Yahweh. Read God.
that is God. But if thou wilt enter unto life,
If you want to get to New Jerusalem, you want to get delivered out of here as well.
keep the commandments.
What?
Keep the commandments.
Gotta keep the commandments, sister. So we're gonna give you a little bit more commandments. So let's go to Leviticus chapter 11 and 7. And if any other brothers got commandments, y'all can bring that out as well. And then after this, then I'm gonna answer your question.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 7. And the swine.
And the what?
And the swine.
Do you know what swine is? That's right.
Though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud.
He don't properly digest his food like other beasts. Read.
He is unclean to you.
So the Most High said he's unclean. So there's some things that you gotta avoid with that. Read.
Of of their flesh shall ye not eat. Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
So you can't eat that. You can't eat bacon. You can't eat pork. You can't eat barbecue. None of that. Because the Most High said that's unclean. You know, that will be an abomination in His eyes. Keep reading. There's some more things that we want to give you that you shouldn't be eating according to in this chapter right here.
And of their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. These shall ye eat. Of all that are in the waters,
so seafood, this is what it's about to go into.
Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
So whatever have fins and scales. So catfish doesn't have scales. See that? So you can't eat catfish. You can't eat oysters. You can't eat lobster. You can't eat shrimp. See that? You can't eat shark. And that's what it's stating right here. So do you need some more understanding on that?
I'm vegan. I don't eat meat at all.
All praises, sis. All praises. So who got another commandment? Bring it out.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
Remember the Sabbath day.
What?
Remember the Sabbath day.
So Friday sundown.
I'm sorry. My fiance's home.
All praises.
Hello. No, I'm downtown. I'm
All praises. Hey, somebody, let me get Ezekiel chapter 20. Let me get Ezekiel chapter 20. But the dot, Ezekiel chapter 20. Ezekiel, you holding the commandment?
Nah. No, I'm not holding the commandment. Chapter 20?
Yeah, verse 35.
So I'm gonna get one more, then I'm gonna answer your question.
Book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested on the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
So when you look on your calendar, the first day of the week, I'm not gonna ask you to get it, but the first day of the week will be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Friday sundown, and this is going into Genesis, the first chapter, the 5th verse. So the Friday sundown will start your Sabbath until Saturday, until the sun go down. So the sun is about to go down, so they end the Sabbath.
This is Sabbath. This is Matthew chapter 20 and verse 1. In the end of the Sabbath, as it began to dawn toward the first day of the week. Yeah.
So that's the Sabbath. I want to answer your question because I don't want anything that surpass without me. I gave you your prompt.
Chapter 21.
Chapter 20 verse 35. So this is how we're gonna get out of here. So this is how the Most High gonna deliver us out of here, and we're not gonna move, and we're not gonna escape this. We're gonna have faith and belief in the Most High that if we keep His law, statutes, commandments, and do everything to the best of our might according to His word, this is how we're gonna get out of America.
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 20, verse 35.
Bring it out.
And I will bring you into the wilderness.
Say what?
I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face.
So this is the Messiah. So if we endure and keep His law, statutes, commandments, the feast days, the high holy days, and you can get more understanding on this on the YouTube channel and on the Instagram, Fisherman for Zion. So if you do according to this, to the best of your ability, with sincerity, with truth, and believing and have faith in the Black Messiah, He's going to deliver you out of here with being chariots.
That's right.
See that, sister? So you don't have to flee. You don't have to be afraid. Because the Most High said He doesn't give nobody the spirit of fear or confusion. That comes of the enemy, the spiritual demon Satan. So, you're an Israelite sister. You're special. You got to keep the law, statutes, commandments. You got to keep the faith, and you got to believe. And if you do that, hey, the Most High going to have grace and mercy on you.
That's right.
That's right.
Shalom, sister.
So yeah, let me get a closing precept. Let me get Isaiah 26:3, and I'm gonna pass it over to the next brother, giving all glory and honor to Yahweh by Shema Mashak Yahweh.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 26, verse 3. And it reads, Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, right? Because he trusteth in thee.
Because he trusted in Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, man. And before we can get to the Father, we gotta accept, we gotta believe, and we gotta continue to endure and have faith and put all our trust and our might in His Son, man, which is the Lamb that was set up to be a sacrifice, man.
Good.
And I give all glory and honor to Yahweh by Shema Mashak Yahweh Shah, Hosea, man, Fisherman for Zion. I give all glory and honor to him. And I just want to say the water Most High for allowing us to do this, and for the brothers out here by the Spirit of grace and mercy.
God.